Greetings, everybody, reporting live from Hatfield. This is what we call the life, the place, the hood. And today I'm not alone. Today I'm not lonely. Today I'm not sad. I'm with the sweetest, the calmest, the loveliest, the beautiful Sindi. I love that energy. I'm with Sindi. Sindi, my baby. Guys, this is my baby. Look at how pretty she is. Prince. We are popping. So, guys, today we are sipping on some water. You guys can see it. Let's show you. Water. Drink water, guys, and stay hydrated. So we are sipping on some water with Sindi. So it's flavored water. Don't come for us.
It's got sparkling.
Yeah, sparkling water. We're not that broke. We can afford that 30 rand water, right? And then today the topic is ufat and sex.
Sex.
What is it embedding? Udilishana.
Umahlalisane.
Umahlalisane. Cohabiting. And I have my questions. Guys, don't judge. And please don't come for me. Don't come for me. I'm gonna use my page until I own an iPad. Until I own a pad.
Yes,
something.
you're gonna get there. You're gonna get
Eventually.
there.
For now, we are using our page, and I have the questions. I'm grilling with Sindi today. We're gonna be answering a few questions, but the nice thing is that we're gonna be answering them together. So in the comment section, you guys can answer the questions with us. So you can say, "When what would you do?" So I'm gonna be asking like certain questions. You can answer them with us. So, guys, the first question is, we're gonna get straight into the story because we don't want to waste time.
Don't wanna waste time.
There's gonna be so much juice that we need enough time. Okay, so the first question is, what is fat and sad, Sindi?
Fat and sad, what's the definition? The right definition. Okay, not the right one.
The one we think is right.
The one we think is right.
What is fat and sad?
Is living with your boyfriend or your girlfriend, like full time.
Mm-hmm.
Like sharing a room or a house or whatever with them, like full time, not okay.
Not,
maybe
not visiting.
Not visiting.
Not visiting them. Visiting your family.
You visit your family. You don't live with your family anymore.
But
so you guys together, you guys boss together and do stuff.
You stay in the same place. Yes. But is it considered cohabiting if you have your own place? But you don't have anything at your place. So everything is at your boyfriend's place. So you leave your teeth brushnyana, you leave your face. Is that considered cohabiting?
It is. It is, because cohabiting is living with someone for a full time base. Like, yeah.
24/7.
I think it is.
Yeah.
For the fact you don't wake up in your own bed every morning, then.
I like that last part. The fact that you don't wake up in your own bed every morning. You know, guys, now the reason I decided that I must bring Sindi so that we can talk about fat and set is because when I came here, it was so normal, you know? We literally come from different backgrounds, but when I came here, I realized that 99% of my friends are cohabiting.
Fat and set.
They are fat and setting. Like literally, and it was so normal that, you know, I feel like if I was ever gonna fat and set, or I was fat and setting, I wasn't gonna tell people, no, I stay with my boyfriend. That is, you know, it's supposed to be kept private. I was gonna be like, no, I stay with my friend. I stay with my friend, and then he's a boy.
He is a boy.
And I'm only gonna mention that he's a boy if you ask me. But if not, I'm staying with my friend. But
like, boyfriend is a friend.
Yeah. But then I realized that people were so comfortable last year when we get here and you're like, oh, Shalabi. Like I used to ask a lot, where do you stay? And people were like, I stay down the street. I'm like, is it a nice place? Is it a student accommodation? Because I did get to a point where I was looking for a place to stay. I'm like, is it a student? No, I stay with my boyfriend.
And they say like it's nothing.
You stay with a who? You stay with what? Guys, like it really was one of the weirdest things for me until I spent a whole year here and I was like, oh, fat and sad. So normal.
So what?
Yeah, and then now the second question that I want to ask Sindi is that what is the cultural aspect of fat and setting? Like, for example, if someone says they're fat and setting, culturally, what comes to your mind? Let's go cultural. Let's be traditional and cultural about things. Because there's cultural spaces like cohabiting means staying with your partner, ne? But there's that part of the important phrase is that you guys are not married. So you guys are not married. So culturally, if you're living with someone and you're not married,
then that's wrong culturally.
Yeah, and things for free. He's
Like
getting the cow and the milk without buying the cow.
Yeah,
milk.
you're supposed to pay lobola before you actually call someone your wife that you can live with.
Yeah. So culturally, like, what is your take on it?
I am not a cultural person to start with.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah, my family is part of this cultural things that's going, like they think umuntu kwamele you have to pay lobola before you live with someone and all that. But for me, I don't think it's wrong. Because if both parties are willing to do it, then why should we add this whole burden of thinking? So, what if this boyfriend of mine is not financially stable, and now so just because he can't pay for ilobola, we are 40 years old, 50 years old, I'm still not gonna live with him.
Makes sense. I spoke to someone about this, someone older. So I have been doing my research about it, and I did ask someone older, which is my mommy. And she said something about the minute you're staying with your boyfriend, that also leads to other things. So obviously you can't stay with your boyfriend and not partake in certain things.
Yeah, true.
Right.
True.
And then she feels like if you start living with them, you are partaking in those things. But my defense on it was that even if I don't stay with them, I might still partake in them, because it doesn't mean we can't do it when we are staying in
different places.
Right. That was her first reason. Secondly, she kind of felt like there's disrespect involved when it comes to that. Like, we kind of don't respect each other, or he also won't respect me.
Because manje, I'm living with him.
Yeah, because I'm living with him. Like, there's that stigma if you stay with your boyfriend. That's why I'm like, another thing is that it's also like, it's mostly based on girls. It's never based on boys.
It's never based
but
on boys.
As a girl, but if you stay with your boyfriend and he hasn't married you, then you are cheap.
And then they say things like you're not respecting yourself as a girl.
Yeah, but that's when I decided to know, actually times are developing, times are changing. I'm not saying that it's a beautiful thing, like it's amazing.
But we're not saying it's right, but we're not saying it's wrong.
But there's this thing about, if a guy doesn't want to marry you, trust me, Sindi, whether you naye or you don't, he's not gonna marry you.
He's not gonna marry you. True.
So when they say, if you are cohabiting with a guy, then he's not gonna marry you because you are here 24/7, I feel like
he doesn't have a. Yeah, they would say that he doesn't have a need to marry you because, man, he got what he need without marrying you.
But then, it's not nice, guys. I don't know, Mara. Imagine being called a missus. Imagine being called, like, you entering a family. Guys, I look forward to those days where I go to family gatherings and they're like, do you know, Babaga? Where is Uhasbe?
Or when they call you Mamaga.
I look forward to those days. But, doing, like, cohabiting with someone doesn't make it legal. So I can't be going to family, like, him as well. I feel like that's why I'm like, a lot of times it's about the type of relationship you are in.
Yeah, true.
Which brings me to the next question. I feel like it depends on the type of relationship you are in. If you're dating a matured person, both of you guys will be on the same page about what you want and when you want.
When you want it, true.
Right. So my next question to Cindy is that, what type of a guy would you say, I would move in with this guy?
Okay, like you said, a matured guy. A guy who knows what to be in life. So I can't just move in with someone who doesn't know, like, who's living in this, like, I don't know, does everything in the streets, and
like there's nothing
going on in their lives.
Yeah.
Because obviously, if you live with this person, he doesn't have any finances to maintain all this beauty,
I like that. Right.
Okay. But my point is not I'm living my point is not fat and set is because I want this guy to
Take care of
take care of me. I can take care of myself, but like as girls, we all know a guy who can't take care of his girlfriend is, I don't want to say he's not enough, but he should be able to do something for you.
Right, which brings me to the part that I wanted to mention. Uguti, you know, sometimes, ne, for me, so first, let's base it. So people in the comment section, please say whether are you for fat and set or are you against fat and set. And me now, I am for fat and set. Don't come for me. I'm not doing it, but I am for it, and I have my reasons. Are you for it or are you against it?
I'm not for it.
You can't be deceived. No, choose a side.
Okay.
Choose a side.
I would say I am for it because what reason would it be would I be against
it? Okay, now I have my reasons. Guys, I have my reasons why I'm for fat and set. One, we're living in a new generation. First things first, we're living in a new generation, and I found her in.
It's the 21st century.
Yeah, right. It's the 21st century, and things are developing and things are changing. One. So these concepts of teenage pregnancy and fat and set are things that we ignore, but they are happening around us.
They are happening.
Sharp. Secondly, why I'd fat and set with someone is, for example, let's say I am dating someone and I'm in a committed relationship and I'm at a comfortable age. There is an age where, you know, now we are at a comfortable age. Ages such as 21, 22, 23, 24. Those ages, I feel like as a person, you can make decisions cautiously.
Like you know what you're doing.
You know what you're doing. And obviously, if my partner is at a stage where I know her now, there's a future between us. And obviously, I'd move in with my partner if there are talks of marriage between us. Because think about it, Sindi. We are both staying in two different places.
Yes.
But we are 99% in one place.
Yeah.
Right? So we're paying, our rent is 6,000. So we are both paying 6,000, but the other place is for storage.
And the other places where you guys live.
The other places where you guys live. Because trust me, I've seen it happen. I had a friend who stayed where I stay. She'd come back, change her clothes. Boyfriend comes, fetches her, gone.
And then you never see her after a week or something.
Yeah, she comes just if she needs things. And for me, I kind of also felt she's at an age where she's like 22.
She's capable of making
Yeah,
decisions.
and then the boyfriend is a graduate. A graduate. Right?
Yes.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying. So there was talk of marriage, and I also felt the wise thing, because she also came back and told me she had a conversation with her mom, and her mom really was for it as well. Because the wise thing is now, move in together and save the other 6,000 rand.
Maybe for groceries or something like that.
Also, again, there's talk of marriage between you two guys.
Okay.
After marriage, you guys are not gonna stay with my mom or your mom. You need to move into our house.
Move into our house.
So think about it. You are in a relationship with somebody, but you're paying 6,000. There's 12,000 that's coming out of your account, but you guys are in a relationship together. And you guys are at a point where you guys want to get married. Obviously, I'm not gonna pay for my own lobola. Never gonna happen, not now, not ever. But it helps him as well, because when he moves from wherever he is and he has to come and fetch you from your place, that is petrol.
True.
Now there's 2 groceries that are being done. We do groceries at his place, we do groceries at your place. That is costly. And some guys really do volunteer. I'll buy the grocery for you. That money he can save for lobola.
He can save it.
Imagine in a year. Let's do calculations, Cindy. Where's your phone? Let's calculate. I'm gonna give you figures.
Okay.
So imagine in a year, you are paying 6,000 for your rent.
So it's 6,000 times 12, or is it times 10?
So it's 12,000 times 12.
12,000 times 12. But you don't pay. Is it 12 months?
I think
it's 144,000.
Now we are in student accommodations. I'm speaking about people who are not in student accommodations.
Okay.
So
it's 144,000.
Cool. Let's get let's how do you guys do this? So it is 144. All right. Sharp. Now say 12,000 times 12.
It is 12,000 times 12.
Oh, sorry. Say 6,000 times 12. That is 60,000, I think. is it
72,000.
72,000. Say 144 minus the 72. It is 72. Imagine
Yeah.
having to save 72,000 a year.
Imagine. That's more than enough for Ilobola to start off with.
Even for you guys to actually get a car
You can get a car actually.
monthly at a rate of 1,000 rand, and then you guys can have transportation. One. Now let's say we are doing groceries. I don't know, you're doing your groceries with 1,000 rand or 2,000 rand a month.
2,000 rand per month.
So say 2,000 times 2.
That's 4,000.
Say 4,000 times 12.
Times 12. That's 48,000.
Now divide that by 2.
That's 24,000.
Imagine having to save another 10,000
24,000
on the 72,000. So that's 54,000.
No, like imagine.
Guys, I feel like there's a lot of saving that comes with. But trust me, I'm only saying this if you know that you're in a relationship with someone's gonna marry you. And of course, sit down and speak to your parents and talk about it. I know for a fact. Oh yeah, this brings me to my next question. No, that was supposed to bring me to my next question. So before we go to that next question, let's finish this question off. So financially, how do you think? Because someone once said to me, the minute you move in with someone, now you are already doing married people stuff. Because now you need to talk about finances.
You need to talk about finance. You have to actually, because
in
eat.
But then don't you talk about finances in a relationship, Jay, personally, so that tomorrow you don't expect to go on dates and you guys don't have money. Thank you guys. I don't know. Like relationships are different, nah?
Yeah, they
and
are.
I feel like other people don't talk about finances in their relationship because they're waiting for marriage, and you get into marriage and you realize that your partner is in debt. Or your partner is in love with debt. He debts himself or she debts himself to debt.
Whenever he sees he wants to be in debt, then
and then now you guys start. I feel like that's why the divorce rate is really so high.
Because of finances?
Because of finances, I think, are the leading cause.
They are.
Imagine now being in a relationship with somebody who, like you guys don't talk about finances, ne? You now discover
what is payslip?
Exactly. Now you discover when you're earning maybe 150,000 a month, and he's earning 10,000 a month.
And you didn't know that.
So now you got into the relationship, but you didn't even know that. And I feel like it's easier to get into the relationship knowing such.
You should know such actually, because even in your relationship right now, before even being part of Ifat and said, you guys should actually talk about these things.
Definitely.
You would ask your boyfriend, if he would show you a payslip,
yeah. And another thing is, I know they do this kind of marriage counseling, but I feel like it's already too late because you can't break up then. And for me, it has to be the part of the first conversations we have, so that there's transparency, there's communications, and there's responsibility and accountability between the two people. First conversation. So monthly, what are your expenses?
But you have to split your expenses, but according to the salary.
Yeah, and even if you're in a relationship, I feel like that's the first conversation. Not for now, it's very important because I don't want to end up now. Hanyani, my partner's like, hey, please borrow me 200.
Please borrow me that.
Hey, borrow me. And I'm like, auntie.
You don't even have 50 rand in your wallet.
No, that doesn't work out for me. That's part of the first conversations I have when I ever say I'm in a relationship. First conversation is finances. Also, I need to be able to stand my ground and tell them, now if you were to lose your job, I am going to stand by you. I am going to do this.
But it depends if you are down or looking for something else.
Yeah, obviously, you can't be losing your job and chilling by the couch and be like, you know, will support me. Who? Support what?
Who? This is not.
Excuse me, what? Do I have a child? Do I have a child your age? No ways. But that's one thing I won't do. But if you are ambitious, ambition guys drives a lot of things, and you are there. I will accrue money. Me, I'll accrue money for my partner anytime, as long as I know he's not just building a battery. He's actually doing something because
the battery has to take him somewhere.
Exactly. Okay, so another question that I wanted to ask you is, I mentioned you must speak to your parents.
Yeah, true.
A lot of my friends that were fat and setting, parents didn't know. And for me, that's very dangerous. What if you fall sick?
For me personally, if I were to fat and set, I would never tell my parents. Because my parents I have strict parents. So me having to tell my dad, I'm going to do a fat and set this guy, even if he has money or he has these degrees that are like 10,000 like worth degrees and stuff like that, my dad would never agree.
Do you think it's because of culture?
It's because of culture. My dad is very culturally centered. He would actually want him to pay a lobola first before me to stay with him.
But then now that's the question. What if you move in with this guy and something happens?
What if something happens to me?
Because now that scares me a lot. You move in with this guy and then in the middle of the night you stop breathing.
This guy would have my parents' numbers. He will call them.
And say what?
And say, your child here is dying or something is
then
going
your
on.
parents come, the wardrobe is full of your clothes.
Yeah, it's fine.
Now they find out that you are consenting.
If they beat me up afterwards, after I'm better, after I'm from the hospital, then it's fine. It's not my life.
I see. Wait, I'm coming. Okay, sorry about that. My head was falling and I had to fix it. Okay, so Sindi was still explaining her if it happened then she wasn't gonna tell her parents.
I wasn't.
And I feel like that is the case with a lot. Because think about it, a lot of my friends are coming from far. They come from Free State, Northwest. So parents won't just barge in and come visit. You know?
See you
But
sitting with the guy.
I have hands-on parents. Like my parents are hands-on to a point that everything I do, they know.
Mm-hmm.
And my parents can just come at any time to visit me, which is what I love. Now I don't want to say, hi mama, I'm not around because I still need to remove his clothes. No, like my parents are very hands-on and I'm very close with my mom. Mm-hmm. Now I won't tell my mom. I would sit her down and I'll be like, hey Miguel, business proposal. I totally would, even though she might not agree. But I definitely would. And the nice thing about my parents is that they develop openly. Like with time, they are open to certain things. Mm-hmm. So what I'll do is, obviously, I can't be dating a guy for a month and already I'm moving in with him. Yeah. And what I do is that if I am in a relationship, I gradually introduce my partner to my mom. Slowly. Like obviously I won't throw the partner in my mom's face. Yeah. But we are growing and there is no way I'm gonna get married without starting these things. You understand? So what I do is I gradually introduce my partner to my mom. We move from this gradual introduce to maybe hopefully meeting him. And then we share what I want is my partner and I should share the same sentiment. Okay. So we both are studying, we both want to do this, we both want that. We have a time frame by the age of 24, 25, we want to see ourselves here, we want to see. So that when I take that whole thing to my mom, it's easier for me to say, Mama, I'm contemplating because of this guy, he's like this. And we want to do this. This is where we want to be in the next 3 years. And obviously I can't say in the next 3 years and there's no progress.
Nothing is going on.
And as close as I am with my mom, I think I'll sit down and talk to my soul first. Or is this something I want to do? And when I eventually feel like it is, the next best person, I'll never tell my sister first, my mom. I'll take my mom and sit her down and be like, okay, mama, you know this person was, because obviously I gradually introduced him to you.
Yeah, this person I've been telling you about.
So now we are deciding to fight and say it. Hi, my name's the. In our case, we won't be fighting and saying. We'll be staying together. We are deciding to stay together. Why? Because we want to save this amount of money, because maybe, for example, because he's doing this, he's making this, he's doing that, he's doing that. Okay. So we want to save this amount of money so that by the end of this year, we can start with lobola negotiations. Okay. Hi, mom. So I'm joking. It's like, no, but I don't think it's a perfect idea. What?
And that's when I'll start persuading her.
I'll sit down and I'll sit her down again. And I'll run her through the business plan. And I'm like, Mom, think about the money. Because another thing is, I feel like our parents' biggest fear is the fact that you'll partake in intercourse. But at the rate that we are going, kids are still falling pregnant under their parents' roof.
They are actually. The kid that is always indoors the whole time, locked in her room, can actually come out of the window or something like that, and then she comes back pregnant.
It doesn't take a whole day to fall pregnant.
It doesn't.
It just takes a moment.
Just that.
So moment. You can also fall pregnant at school.
You can.
And this is a topic for another day, but strict parent. I'm gonna have this conversation, hopefully with you. I'm gonna bring it back so that we can talk about
The strict parent.
yeah, because I felt at some point you become a professional liar because you come out of school at a certain time, but you don't go home. Because if you go home and you enter, there's no way of coming
There's no way
out.
of coming out.
You understand? So you end up trying to get all your plans.
The only time you outside is when you go to school.
You end up saying I'm going to school and you're not. Mugel.
Extra
Boy,
classes.
extra classes. I see you. And I didn't grow up as that child because I feel like my parents were. No, wait, I'm lying. I did grow up with that as that child ordering. Yeah, I'm still at school. Yeah. But not the part, yeah, I'm going to Saturday school and I'm not. Because, yeah, my parents,
school.
as I said, my parents were hands on. They were going to know.
The Saturday school was.
So that is one thing whereby, like, literally, I think I would tell my mom. I'll tell my mom and I'll tell her, hurry, Mama, I want to get in touch with this guy. And the thing about me is that when I'm convinced, I'm convinced.
When you want things to
When
be done.
I want things to be done because I don't doubt my ability to think.
Yeah.
And I don't doubt my ability to make a decision. Obviously, I want their support. But at that point, if they're like, no, and you're not going to do it. I feel like I'm at a point where my parents won't tell me to not do anything. They would give me advantages, like disadvantages, and advice on why and when they think it's appropriate to do it. Yeah, they wouldn't tell me to not do it. But I feel like if they would be like, no, don't do it. Would I do it?
You would actually do it because you want to see what's that thing that we're not supposed to do.
Yeah.
Which
so
is
because
the reason why people actually do things. Like
behind their
parents' back.
So because this video is really getting a little too long, we're going to shoot a part 2. So stay tuned. I'm going to upload this one first because there's still a couple of videos. You know, I talk a lot. There's still a couple of questions that we need to go through. But because I really don't want my videos to be 30 minutes long, I want you guys to absorb and think about what we said in this video. So because of that, guys, stay tuned for part 2, which we're going to shoot right now. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Thumbs up, give it a thumbs up, guys.
Please give it a thumbs up, guys, and send your friends to this channel because here we are, here to toast. Toast, Cindy. Water toast. Bye.